Welcome to The Real World. My name is Cameron. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Real World Podcast. We are talking about the latest in movie news.
Movie news!
Thank you so much for joining us here on The Real World Podcast. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. We are talking about movie news.
That's right.
This is a movie news video. Movie news alert.
You are watching a movie news video.
Breaking news.
Brought to you by The Real World Podcast.
That's right. Don't forget it.
This news is breaking the internet.
Well, kind of is.
We got to talk about the biggest thing right up front.
Well, it's Comic-Con, right?
It's Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Comic-Con season is here.
Yep.
San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
No information about comics is ever revealed at Comic-Con anymore, which is kind of sad. There is actually a little bit of comic news. DC is doing a reboot, which is really interesting and cool.
Again,
there's an amazing team behind it.
Oh, is there?
I'm actually really excited.
Okay.
A guy at a comic shop told me about that the other day.
Oh, that's nice.
So, that's the only comic news. Comic news section over.
This is a movie channel.
This is a movie channel.
But we like comic books and comic book movies, and so we like to talk about that. So let's talk about
Our big Comic-Con announcements.
the big one from DC Studios. Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about that. I don't think so.
The DC Studios logo has officially been revealed.
What?
Have you not heard about this?
I have not heard about this at all. I don't think I know any DC stuff from Comic-Con.
Well, this is basically it. They weren't there. They didn't really have a panel, I don't think. They just kind of showed up and showed their logo and left.
I just spilled water all over myself.
Yeah, I can tell. So here is the new logo
Spillzilla.
from DC Studios.
Wait, which one of these is real?
This one right here.
Are you serious?
That's it. They went back to the old...
That's the old logo.
I know. They went back to the old, they call it the Bullet logo.
This is the what they were doing in the 90s and 2000s.
80s and 90s, yep. 80s and 90s, they had this logo
Oh my
for a
goodness.
long time.
Okay.
And that was James Gunn's era. I mean, that was the era he grew up reading these comics.
This to me, this is a good sign.
Okay.
This is, hey, DC, we're returning to form.
A lot of people are saying
We're going back to
Yeah.
the pulpy,
fun, classic.
happy-go-lucky superheroes.
Right.
You know? That's
certainly-
great. I love
think
to
it'd
see
be
it.
a great way to go.
Although it's a little embarrassing that all that they'd announced was a logo change.
Well, I take that back. They didn't just have a logo.
Okay.
They also had a trailer for their very first DCU project.
Oh my goodness.
From James Gunn.
Oh my goodness. Is this a Creature Commandos trailer?
Creature Commandos.
I haven't seen this.
Have you not seen this?
I have not seen this. I haven't heard anyone talking about it.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat, brother. You ready?
Oh my goodness. This is real.
Here we
This
go.
is happening.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
General Flag. This is Belle Reeve.
Okay.
For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels are aware of
I like
its
it. I like it.
existence.
Viola
It's
Davis. Viola Davis is back.
as-
Now Congress put a stop to all task force access.
Frank Grillo
Okay, yeah.
as Flag.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Dr. Phosphorus, the bride.
Very cool.
Weasel.
Weasel's back. Gotta love Weasel.
Sean Gunn
I love,
as
this
Weasel.
animation looks great.
Yeah, it's all 2D, hand-drawn animation.
Yep.
These assholes aren't human.
Okay.
Are you smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
Okay. I'm getting very, like, the Suicide Squad
Very
vibes from
much
this.
so, yes,
Okay.
Yes,
Dr. Phosphorus. You gotta love Dr. Phosphorus.
100%. G.I. Robot.
Oh, G.I. Robot. Great. Love G.I. Robot.
Also voiced by Sean Gunn.
Okay.
This
Awesome.
is your new task force.
It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell.
Let's call it Task Force M. M
Okay.
for monster.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, it's got great energy.
Yeah, it really does.
Really moving.
Uh-huh.
I like the animation. It's very dynamic,
It is.
very stretchy, and
Very
interesting.
cartoony.
Very cartoony. Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
got that Looney Tunes almost
Right.
vibe
Right.
to it.
It fits right in, I think, with the Suicide Squad. I wonder if
I agree
I wonder
completely.
if the Suicide Squad is DCU canon.
See, this has been the question ever
We're-
since James Gunn took over.
We're going to have to do a
What?
will it canon
Right.
Watchtower database
Yeah.
style
I know.
for the DCU.
It's strange because we know John Cena's coming back for Peacemaker Season 2.
That's right.
Viola Davis obviously is back as Amanda Waller.
Right.
So, like, what are they bringing in and what are they leaving behind and how's that going to work? Who knows?
Who knows? I'm just excited for Superman Legacy. We have no information
Not
about
just
that
titled
that's new,
Superman.
but
No.
Cruiser Commandos looks great. Awesome.
Looks
So
very
what's
good.
next? What other Comic-Con stuff was announced?
So, Marvel, I'm sure you've heard by now because it's literally everywhere.
Yep. It's the talk of the town.
They announced officially that Fantastic Four is titled First Steps.
Okay. That's
the
great.
big news.
That's the big news everyone's
Big news
talking
they-
about.
they announced.
Good grief.
They
Which, by the
also-
way, First Steps, I think it's a bad title.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than just calling it Fantastic Four. Even though there's already a Fantastic
it was
Four
called
movie.
The Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
which is no Fantastic Four movie has been titled The Fantastic
Yeah.
Four.
It's been
so that was enough.
It's been Four Stick,
Fantastic
Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah.
But I get it. They want to separate it, set it apart more. Maybe it'll make a lot of sense when we see it. Oh, that makes sense. I am glad they titled it that. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe, who knows?
But the footage was released
Okay.
at Comic-Con, not online. But it showed the 60s aesthetic that's been heavily
Now, I
remade.
have heard the theme by Michael
Oh,
Giacchino.
really?
I was able to find
Great.
online
Very glad he's gonna
the
compose
trailer
it.
music. Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, he did
Incredibles.
Incredibles. Yeah, that's right.
Doctor Strange.
That's all you need. It's right up that. Just hit that Incredibles mark.
Spider-Man Homecoming. He's done a great job.
Incredibles is already the best Fantastic Four movie, though.
Might as well get that guy.
Might as well get that
Should have
guy.
got Brad Bird to direct. But it's Matt Shackman who did WandaVision, which we're
Yeah.
both big fans
Yeah,
of.
of course.
So very excited to see what he does with that.
Related
footage-
to the Fantastic Four, the other big news everyone's talking about. Are you going to say it or am I going to say it?
Well, Captain America: Brave New World also dropped some footage. Harrison Ford came on stage.
That's right, hulked
and
out.
Hulked out. They officially confirmed he's Red Hulk, which we all knew. But that was fun. And then, you want to say it or you want me to say it?
Go
It's
ahead,
The
yeah.
Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts came out next.
Thunderbolts asterisk.
Thunderbolts with the asterisk.
Official
Kevin
title.
Feige won't say what the asterisk is. He won't say it. People ask him, what does that mean? What is that? Is there an alternate title? He says, you got to watch the movie. I won't tell you. The whole cast came out. Florence Pugh was there. Sebastian Stan. David Harbour in full Red Guardian
Red
costume.
Guardian.
Very excited to see this movie. I'm
Very
getting
cool.
more excited about this because I feel like this is going to be...
It looks like
I
a
feel
movie.
like it's going to be.
like,
I feel like it's going to be a game changer, and people are underestimating it.
I
honestly
hope
do.
that's the case.
honestly
I hope
do.
that's the case because to me it looks like a movie full of my least favorite characters from all of their movies.
Yeah, I know, I get that, but I think that's I love an underdog. I love a movie.
If this goes like the Suicide Squad route, that'd be cool.
Right, exactly. But the one thing that really excites me is what David Harbour said on the press junket afterwards, the interview he did. He was very careful about spoilers. He was like, I really can't talk a lot about it. I can't tell you much.
The whole movie.
The whole movie, really, he's like, I can't really say anything. He's like, I can tell you I'm in it. I can tell you, the rest of the cast that's in it. And we're sent after a thing. And he said something like, and it just changes everything. And I was like, okay.
Weird.
The rumor is Sentry is in it.
That would be big.
Which would be he's a big character, a very powerful character.
Yeah.
And he could definitely shake things up in the MCU.
For sure.
In a big way.
In the same
So-
way that Dwayne The Rock Johnson shaked things up for the DCU. The hierarchy of the hierarchy of power in the DC universe changed forever after Black Adam.
That's right. So we could have another Black Adam on our hands, folks, but you never know. So no, the news we're all referring to, of course, is Robert Downey Jr. is back as a variant of Tony Stark. We don't really know who he's playing. We know
He's back playing Doctor Doom.
Well, the Russo brothers said on stage, there's only one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
That's right.
And then
That's
he
right.
came out. He did the reveal. He
did
was
the
dressed
mask.
as Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And this, I'm assuming, like a plastic.
Everyone's
dollar
seen it
store
at this
mask.
point.
The crowd erupted.
Because that's what you need for a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Is you need to have a person who everyone knows,
Come out in costume.
who you can
They've done
have
it with
come out
Tom
in the
Hiddleston
costume.
as
Tom
Loki.
Hiddleston did it. They always do this.
Right.
So at this point, it's like you can't bring Kang out.
Wouldn't it be great if that was the actual costume in the movie?
Like a dollar store
Yeah.
Halloween
It's like
costume.
a green hoodie and a plastic mask.
That would be hilarious.
I think they should do it.
I predict it to be that bad. I predict that because I think this is a terrible choice.
Yeah, I'm divided on it because I'm of two minds on this.
Okay.
Because it reeks of desperation. I get it. I get that whole argument. It's like they just going back to the well and bring them back again. All the dead characters, let's bring them back. We did it with Wolverine, and it made $1 billion.
Taking away all the wrong lessons from Deadpool and just
Exactly.
bringing back everyone we've seen before.
Right. So I get that. But if they tell a really great multiverse story, which is we're in the multiverse saga, so we should expect other
Okay, but
characters
think
to
about
come
this.
back in different ways.
You know what's weird about that? In the Infinity Saga,
Yeah.
we were not saying, oh, they really need to tell good Infinity Stone stories. We really need to make sure that
Right, sure.
that every movie has Infinity Stones.
Right.
And that it's about these
Sure.
Infinity Stones.
Right.
No, that's
Yeah.
not the point.
Yeah.
The point of the multiverse should be even less important.
Well, we didn't know it was the Infinity Saga until it was over.
I
Do you
know.
remember that? They didn't
Yeah.
title it that
Yeah.
until it was over. Like, now we refer to the first 3 phases as the Infinity Saga.
Right,
And we're
right,
like, oh,
right.
that makes sense. That's cool. But we didn't know that going
But
in.
I
Here
know.
we know that
Multi-
going in.
that's the
And
problem.
we're all thinking multiverse, variants.
It shouldn't have
weird
been that way.
characters, Other versions.
The exciting thing about the multiverse is you can have all of these stories that are disconnected.
Correct.
You can have Fantastic Four in the 60s.
You can have X-Men
You
97.
can have X-Men 97.
Yeah.
You can have Marvel What If.
Right.
You can have all these stories that are totally separated.
Yep.
And really, they should have been doing that from the beginning.
I agree.
Eternals shouldn't have been in the MCU at all. Should have been a multiverse.
True.
Should have been, whatever.
True.
Do that with Miss Marvel. Do that with all these. And then when you do Secret Wars,
They all come together.
all these movies,
Yeah.
Moon Knight, and
Right.
all
These different universes that
take
we've been
place.
exploring.
They take place in their own worlds.
Right. Exactly.
All come to the MCU, and then you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But since they all already exist in the MCU, Secret Wars has nothing to do
Oh,
except for bring back Hugh Jackman
And
and
Tobey
Tobey Maguire again, which is going to be sad.
Yeah, it is.
And obviously they're bringing back
already
Robert
sad.
Downey Jr.
It's already sad.
Yeah, this does not bode well for me.
But here's how it could work. Here's how I'm seeing the Robert Downey Jr. casting working really well. He's a great actor.
Dr. Doolittle.
So if they really, maybe not the best example, but maybe if they really let him loose and let him create a character, let him really branch out, keep him in the mask the whole movie, except for maybe one scene, you can have a flashback or something.
I would love for his first scene to be the red hot mask out of the furnace
Yes.
being like placed onto his
Hey,
face.
just like Iron Man 1, but it's the opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Iron Man mat that he lays
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
table
yeah.
in front of Jensen.
It's still burning hot.
He
And he
lays
puts it on.
He lays it in front
It's
of
fused to his face
John
forever.
Favreau as Happy
Yeah.
Hogan, who's playing some other version of Happy Hogan, and he's like puts it on. You know, I think that'd be great.
That'd be hilarious.
Not
Not gonna happen.
So we'll see if the performance is unique, and I think it needs to not remind us of Tony Stark at all. Like it needs to go as far away from Tony Stark as possible.
But then what's the point of even having Robert Downey Jr.?
He's a great actor. That's the only point. And to say it's a Tony Stark variant. This version of Tony Stark was born in this place, and he was raised by these parents, and it's basically not Tony Stark, but it's Robert Downey Jr. That's going to get butts and seats. That's an executive decision
That
to
to
put butts
me,
and seats.
that to me is what makes this decision so annoying.
I get it. But I still think there's hope for it to be a great character and a great performance.
It's possible.
In other news, the Russo brothers are back.
Yep.
Another move that kind of reeks of desperation. We got to get
They're
these guys
doing-
who did the 2 big
Yep.
Avengers movies back for the next 2 big Avengers movies, and they're going to do all the big Avengers movies moving forward.
It's all they can do.
I guess.
They can't do Gray Man.
Well, they can, but it's very gray, man.
Well, they can, but it's very bad.
So, we'll see. I mean, look, it's script, because these are journeyman filmmakers. They're not visionaries like Zack Snyder, who have very unique takes on things.
Yeah.
They come in, they take the script, and they make a good movie out of it. And so if the script is great, and one of the writers is coming back from the movies that they made, which is Stephen Marcus. Stephen McFeely. Yeah,
Okay.
Christopher Marcus is not coming back.
Okay.
Stephen McFeely is. So that's a little worrisome. Why aren't they both coming back? Did the other guy just retire, or is he like, I don't want any part of this?
He's like,
or...
this is a bad idea.
Right.
There's no way I can make this work.
Right.
And I did Endgame.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what ends up coming of that. The new title of Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is now
Yeah,
Avengers.
Avengers Doomsday.
which is again borrowing from DC. Like we got to use that
Which
Doomsday.
is such
title.
such a sadness that Kang is over now.
I know.
I mean,
One and done. Well, I guess he had Loki, and then he had Ant-Man. And then the post-credit scene of Ant-Man, they're just not going to explain that? Or are they going to write it off in one line, just Doom says, I killed all the Kangs or something like that? Or...
I mean, I was expecting them to make a joke about it in Deadpool,
Yeah.
being like, oh, I guess that Loki show is over now, and Kang is over.
Right.
But some of these things, it's such a weird spot the MCU is in right now.
I agree.
We shall see.
Well, do you want to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine or just move on? Do you want to go ballistic on this movie?
Let's just move on.
Okay,
let's just move on. I'm not going to tear it to pieces
Okay.
because people who even like the movie already say that the plot's terrible,
Sure.
that the
Most
story
people
makes no
admit it.
sense.
Yeah, most people admit it's a bad movie.
People
but
already
they had
admit-
fun with it, so
Yeah.
they like it. So they give it 5 stars.
Yeah, so they give it 5 stars and they say it's the best movie ever
Right.
because they gave Wolverine a yellow suit.
Exactly.
They substitute costume for character. We're not going to talk
Costume
about it.
for
We're not going to talk about it.
character.
We're not going to talk about it. We're done.
Jokes for story. Desecrating the graves of heroes of legend. And dishonoring perhaps the greatest comic book film ever made, Logan. In the most vile, disgusting way. But we'll move on. We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Because those stories
said our
don't
piece.
matter.
The stories don't matter.
The Fox universe, they were all bad.
They're all bad.
They were all bad movies.
It's a joke.
But it's okay because we have a slideshow that basically says everything this movie is about is wrong.
Exactly. 100%.
So it doesn't matter because we're
Doesn't
covering our bases.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing is
Nothing
sacred.
matters.
Nothing is sacred. Nothing matters.
That's right.
It's all a joke.
It's all a
People
joke.
love it.
It's, you know what's funny? Rewatching The Watchmen today,
Yeah.
it's literally that. It's literally like it's the comedian who's
Oh
basically
yeah,
like
100%. Yeah.
life is a joke.
The comedian is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is a joke
Yeah.
and all of this is meaningless.
Right.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm just going to kill everyone and
Right.
kill myself.
Right. Yeah.
It's
and do whatever I
it's-
want.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It's so sad that people think that those movies are fun
Yeah.
because they're the
I
most
know.
depressing movies
Yeah.
you can ever watch.
Right. I agree. I 100%
Nothing
agree. It
gives
doesn't
me
work for me.
nothing gives me less hope for humanity
Yeah.
than watching Deadpool.
Right. And seeing its success.
Knowing how successful it is.
Right.
Knowing that this is what people want and love.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's it's franchise filmmaking at its worst. It's studio executives just
I laughed once.
giving
and
the fans what they want.
my big I know we said we're not going to talk about this, but my biggest problem with Deadpool is it's not my sense of humor. I don't think it's
Right.
funny. And if it's not funny and I'm not having fun watching it,
Yeah.
it's just miserable.
Exactly.
It's just miserable, and there's nothing that can really be done to fix that.
Right.
Because it's just not my cup of tea.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
plenty of people obviously enjoy it, and that's fine. Look, that's fine. Go ahead and
I just
enjoy
hope that it doesn't start affecting
It's-
everything else.
That's the problem. Is I feel like it's going to start a trend of R-rated, jokey comic book movies where nothing is taken seriously. We just bring back old characters
And all we care about is comic accurate costumes and references to things
comic
that the
accurate
fans know.
costumes, references, jokes, one-liners.
That is
They turn
in my-
Gambit into a joke.
Yeah, in my mind,
People think this version of Gambit is the best version of Gambit we've ever had, and they want him to have his own movie, which is insane.
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Because it's clearly a joke, and the audience doesn't get it. The sad thing here is the audience is the joke. The audience who's paying money to watch this, they're the butt of all the jokes.
That's right.
The studio made this movie.
Yeah.
They don't understand. They think they're railing against the studio in this movie and like, really showing it to the studio. We can do the yellow costume. We can bring back Blade. And they don't get it. They don't get that it's been formula. There's a formula here
Yeah.
that they've put together and said, this is what audiences will love, and they will pay.
You know what's
money,
weird?
And they will watch it not just once.
Yeah.
Clearly, people are going back. Second weekend, it made almost 100 million. 200 million first weekend, 100 million second
That's right.
weekend.
That's right. Yeah.
It's gonna cross $1 billion in less than 2 weeks.
That's right. It's
Shocking.
It's amazing. And what's weird is the fans are like movies like Eternals
Yeah.
and things like Miss Marvel.
Right.
They say this is all studio junk.
Yeah. Right.
This is all by the numbers formula,
Right.
and we don't want this.
When it's the opposite.
When Eternals is the most director driven, MCU movie
Yep.
since Winter Soldier, or since maybe Guardians.
100%.
You know?
100% since Guardians.
It's crazy
Yep.
that movie made it to the MCU.
Crazy.
It's really shocking.
It's the most unique. I mean, just watch the movie and
Visually.
you'll see visually it's
Yeah.
completely different from anything the MCU's ever done. It's all shot on location, all natural lighting,
Right.
like mind-blowing
Yeah.
stuff that they did in that movie that they'd never tried before, and that they'll never try again
Yeah.
because it failed at the box office, and Deadpool and Wolverine succeeded, and so they're going to do what that did over and over and over again until audiences.
The
Hopefully get sick of it.
saddest thing about this phase of the MCU that we were in is there was a lot of experimenting.
Yeah.
A lot of experimenting, and people always they always look back on this phase and say it was terrible.
Yep.
And it was the worst.
Yep.
And that
Absolutely.
Deadpool saved the MCU.
Uh-huh.
It's
It's
sad.
literally the opposite is true.
It's so sad. I know.
You know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll move on from that. We said we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Whoops,
So,
we did. We went on for an hour about it.
We're going to move on to a complete unknown.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer for this?
Oh, is this is this the title of something?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say this is something no one knows about.
No. This is the title of the Bob Dylan film.
Oh, great.
So
This is the Timothée Chalamet Bob Dylan movie I've been hearing about for years.
yes.
They're finally making it.
They're finally making it. It's here. The trailer has arrived, and we're going to watch it right now.
Oh my goodness. I'm already very excited. Okay.
I want to tell you a little story.
Very cool.
A few months back,
You know who this is?
Woody Guthrie and I
Yeah. That's
Edward
that's
Norton.
Edward Norton, Hulk himself.
Yeah. James Mangold, baby.
Gotta have Mangold in there. This
Walk
looks,
the
this looks
line.
terrific. I love
Yeah.
this.
He
These
played
shots.
us a
Me
song.
too. Well, he did Walk the Line. And Ford v Ferrari, which is two of my favorite
In that
movies.
moment,
Okay.
And Logan, which we just talked about.
Yep. This is great.
we were getting a glimpse of
I love this over-the-shoulder shot.
Yes. Look at this. The reveal is good.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
fully revealing him. I like
Yep.
this.
Is that's really him singing? Oh, wow. That's shocking.
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, I can tell it's Timothy, but yeah. It's definitely in the
Bob,
same...
Bob Dylan experts have studied it, and they
Yeah.
go, "This is extremely close."
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
blowing us away.
right. This is great. He looks awesome.
Doesn't it look good?
I love it. I'm excited to watch this.
I am so excited.
Okay.
I like that it's Greenwich
Yeah,
Village.
yeah.
It's like that specific time in his life. You know,
It reminds me of Inside Llewyn Davis a little bit.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. Very cool.
she is.
Yep.
Elle
Dude,
Fanning.
it's a reunion.
Yes.
It's a rainy day in New York reunion.
That's right.
I'm all for it. Oh my goodness. This looks awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is crazy. This
Yeah.
is like the
This is like a movie.
This is the indie kid hit of the year. This looks great. Love it.
Wow. Look at this. I like this.
I got so far.
Good start.
I love that.
Love it.
Isn't that awesome?
Looks terrific.
it
Can't
just
wait.
looks so well made.
Looks like a great
you
film.
know. Yeah, folks, this is what we call movies. This is an artistic vision. You can tell. Like Mangold, I like his style so much because he really brings us into a world and a character, and he's always focused on the character.
Yeah.
He's always focused on taking us on a journey, the emotional core of the story. He's had this great quote. I got to pull up this quote that he just said because someone just asked him about franchise filmmaking, you
Yep,
know,
yep.
and all that stuff. And he had this great quote where, you know, he was talking about how he's kind of surprised that he's been involved in stuff like Logan or Indiana Jones
Yeah.
now.
Sure.
Because he says that franchises are the death of cinema.
Oh yeah.
It's the death of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get his exact quote.
I've heard the story. Yeah, this quote.
He says, "I don't do multiverses." But beyond that, Johnny Cash was like 30. I love Joaquin, but he's not 30, whatever. Let me jump down. It's weird that I've even worked in the world of IP entertainment because I don't like multi-movie universe building. I think it's the enemy of storytelling, the death of storytelling. It's more interesting to people the way the Legos connect than the way the story works in front of us. For me, the goal becomes always, what is unique about this film and these characters? Not making you think about some other movie or some Easter egg or something else, which is all an intellectual act, not emotional.
That's right. Filmmaking is emotional first.
You want the movie to work on an emotional level.
Yep.
I refuse. I just can't do it. The amount of lore and Easter eggs and fan service starts to become antithetical to any of this stuff at a certain point. It isn't storytelling anymore. It's large-scale advertising. Mangold hit the nail on the head.
You
And
nailed
then he
it.
drove it through the wood. I mean, that is exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely. That's summed up perfectly.
So we can end the
Video
video.
over.
We can
Video
end the
over.
video here. Let us know what you guys think. Maybe you think we're crazy. Maybe you think Mr. Mangold is insane. Let us know what you think about the entire thing. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of all the big news out of Comic-Con, all these trailers we watched. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? We want to have a conversation with you about this because cinema's in dire straits right now, I feel like. And it's important to see movies like Trap, which
Yep.
is an original screenplay.
That's right.
It was in the top 5, at least, this weekend, which is good to see. An original
good.
film in there. That's pretty rare. So let us know what you think. Again, leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're both on Letterboxd. You can follow us there. I'm
Yep.
on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow us on social media. Let's have a conversation about this because these are dark times. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So, again, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos, and we'll see you next time right here on The Real World.
What's up, everybody? My name is Carson, and welcome to The Real World. Today we're going to be talking about movie news. A lot of movie news dropped at Comic-Con today, and we're going to talk about it right now.